Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the September 26th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. I'm Caleb Black, Luke the Big Dog Williams, and our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. And for this segment, we're going to do an in memoriam of the late, great Road Warrior Animal. Last of the two living original members of the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call them. Hawk and Animal have now both passed on. We're going to talk about some of the very cool highlights that we think personally are awesome about Animal. Born September 12th, 1960, as John Laurinaitis, is that his first name? Joseph Laurinaitis. Yeah, John Laurinaitis is the brother.
Yes.
Joseph Laurinaitis. Where was he trained, Max?
Did me?
Where did the Animal train?
I didn't. I wanted to look that up. I wanted to get this in. Is that showing up in there?
It's the graphics a little. Hold on, let's see if we can. It's a little closer. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that badass. Very cool.
JBL also looked.
JBL just wandering about. Anyway, what?
I was actually at that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the Raw 1000th episode.
That's right. It was. You were there. I remember that.
When they all beat up Heath Slater.
Yeah, kicked Heath Slater's ass. So we talk about, obviously, the influence that the Road Warriors had on tag team wrestling, gimmicks, pretty much everything. We're both giant, jacked up badasses who never lost ever except at midnight. When they wanted to do the job. Changed, they're the ones who took the face paint and made it special again. The spikes on the football shoulder pads. Like, super influential at gimmick work, at being professionals, except for the monumental fuck up.
Also,
in the UK.
before you had the shoulder pads, the gay biker S&M
They started saying the biker game, fucking terrible. But Animal never.
I wouldn't tell them that.
Animal never had a problem giving back to the business.
No,
never had a problem working independent teams, helping other tag teams along, was always willing to come back to the WWE when they asked him, would come to the other events if he was asked, wrestled for Impact, wrestled for ECW, wrestled for UWA, wrestled for AWA, wrestled for WCW, wrestled for, everywhere. His name is literally on every marquee in every wrestling company in history.
I don't have his training history. His debut back in November 1982.
Oh, it's a golden
year before I was born.
Golden years pro wrestling.
The one thing that I can say about Joe is on Facebook, anytime that wrestling post of something that I didn't see that was right with the business or something bothered the business, he was always one of the first people to comment on the page.
Yeah.
I had several talks with him. Just honestly, several of the talks started with the wrestling business,
but then just got to conversation.
It was ignorant stuff. Always talk on our birthdays. I would always send him a happy birthday. He would always write. So, Joe was a class act.
Yeah, a great guy, man.
He's the one person. I have a story of a friend of mine on Facebook. Went to meet him at a show, Indies, and asked him, to the autograph signing pads and everything.
Sure.
And asked him, was like, what does somebody have to get in the business? And he was expecting, the normal indie routine of being like, giving a short answer and being like, hey, move. Joe sat and talked to the man for 30 minutes about what you need to do to be part of this business.
Yeah. Find a reputable trainer.
It's something that's missing now.
Agreed, yeah.
The old school mentality of, if you really want to know, I can sit and talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one of these guys like Trevor Murdoch, who a friend of his son was wanting to get in the business, saying, look at him and said, okay, I believe that.
Or like all the guys from a local wrestling promotion who told me to stay being a fan, and then I ended up making more money in wrestling than any of them. Sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you don't get a lot of that nowadays.
No, you don't.
In the me business that it's become. Joe was a class act. He talented beyond belief. had to keep his partner in by the
In
reins.
check, yeah.
That sounds familiar to me.
Fuck you.
Another trainer,
Okay.
Eddie Short.
Oh, he's
Sharkey.
trained under Eddie
All
Sharkey.
right, yeah.
A lot
I've
of people
forgotten
have
that.
trained under Sharkey. But yeah, like I said, pound for pound, the Road Warriors will go down. In my mind, you can say what you want about the FTRs and
The Dudley Boys.
And the Dudleys.
There's always that
the
argument
Road
of
Warriors
who the
will be
greatest tag
the
team is.
greatest
Yeah.
tag team of all time. Because
Hey,
they held
great
those
tag
titles. They held the titles in every promotion when wrestling was still looked at as a legitimate
As a
sport.
legitimate sport, yeah.
They were the guys.
They also, once again, talk about the mark that leave on the business. They really did pave the way and were very influential in creating an environment where tag teams could be main events,
Yes.
where tag teams could literally, steal the show. And I think that that's really worth mentioning because a lot of times, while tag team wrestling, it was super fundamental. It wasn't ever looked at as a big main event attraction until you hit that period where you had the Midnight, the Freebirds, the Rock and Roll Express, and the Road Warriors right there with them, selling out arenas all over the place.
Well, and in our business, those that are in the so will understand what I'm talking about. They don't call it the pop.
No.
No one got a pop like the Road Warriors. Yeah, it didn't matter who they were wrestling, what it was. When even nowadays in the locker rooms, when somebody gets a huge pop, we're like, it's Road Warrior heat.
Yeah,
That's Road Warrior pop.
Yep.
I mean, pound for pound, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. The greatest tag.
One of my coolest memories was one of my birthdays. I'm 7 or 8, and I got the back when they did like the tag team 4-pack where you get like 2 tag teams in a box, and I ended up getting the Road Warriors and Edge and Christian. And I remember that year my birthday was like on a Friday, and I played with those fucking action figures until Sunday. Like, I was having these fucking kitchen table death matches where fucking Christian took a Doomsday device straight off the kitchen table into the floor.
Speaking of Doomsday device, one is still one of the prettiest finishing maneuvers of all time.
Oh, again, influential, absolute, devastating real-life tag team finisher.
And you could always tell if the guys were like shit backstage because Animal would just let them go. Like, I've seen some jobber guys land really awkward on that stuff. But yeah, I had the wrestling. So remember the big pillow buddies? I had those. I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah, he was amazing, man. Rest in peace, Animal.
Yes.
You will definitely be missed. Your mark on the business can't be replaced. Go fly high with the hawk. Show them boys what it's about on the other side. We'll see you when we get there. Guys, let us know some of your favorite Hawk and Animal moments, Hawk and Animal memories, something personal maybe. It doesn't have to be strictly wrestling related. Maybe you just met him one time and he was a really cool guy. We'd love to hear more of those. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. And as always, you can leave us a comment down below after you like and subscribe. Stay tuned because we're going to be talking about Rey Mysterio in the next video. Check it out.